Hello everyone, it is another Wednesday, it is time for a stream, and well, luckily it looks like I can stream. Why is that? Well, I'll tell you shortly, but hey, time's going on. We have the row houses here that we've built so far, and of course I need to say hello Kevin, good to have you, welcome, thanks for all your modding work, it's amazing. Hello Laura, hello Cooper, hello Roadhog, hello Gordon. Oh, it's already getting busy in chat. Welcome, welcome. How's everybody doing today? I hope you're all doing fantastic and that things are going well. Out here, things are going quite well, except that this morning at 6:30, our neighbor started to do home renovations. Started drilling in the walls and stuff like that, so we were all up very early. Apparently, if you're Polish, then, you don't know about waiting for a normal hour to start working, and they've been working all day doing different stuff. They're putting up air conditionings, I believe, and doing some other stuff. Until like 15 minutes ago, they were still making a lot of noise. Now it's all silent all of a sudden, so either they're having a little break, or they're going to start working soon. So I do hope we get to do a nice stream today, but if they really start to make lots and lots of noise, we might have a problem. So I don't know, I hope this will just be a 2-hour stream, but there is a small chance that this will not be such a long stream, because then, they'll just be busy making loud noises and I cannot do a proper stream. But we'll see. For now, it all works, and let's just go get ahead. How is everybody doing today? I hope you're all okay. I'm fine. We had some nice, most of the day it was like 21, 22 degrees. At the end of the day, it started going up to 24, but it's actually not that bad. It's quite nice weather. I like it, actually. And we had the dog that we take care of stay over today, which is, well, as of late he's not coming that much because his owner doesn't have a job at the moment. She's applying for a couple new jobs and stuff, but she has the dog home a lot, which makes total sense, so no problem. But it's always nice to have the dog over again, which is good, so that's nice. And wifey has a very busy day. She's working, and then she's going to stay at her parents' house, who are not there, so she can have a quiet night and also a very long night, so she can sleep in tomorrow morning without our neighbor making noises and little one waking us up and all. So I'll just be home taking care of little one, and I don't mind, and I actually enjoy that, so that's all good. And now it's time for some more Ostriv, of course. I've been doing a lot of talking, but not really playing the game, so let's get going. Kevin says temps hit 28 today. Ooh, that's already warm. I believe from tomorrow on we will also get those kind of temperatures out here. And then it will be like 28, 29, sometimes even 30, up to at least 1.5 weeks. So it's going to be a long, warm period. As it looks right now, not as warm as it was before, of course, which is already quite good. I'm happy... happy with that, but still it will be warm, but I think it's better manageable, so it should be okay. Should also be a little less humid, so that helps too. I love Belgium victory dance in the locker room after the 4-1 win over the USA. Well, I don't really care about football, but since the world's most corrupt leader interfered in the actual soccer, I was actually happy that that team got kicked out. So that's nice, that's nice. But, that's all the politics. Let's get going with the town. We have our circular town. We were trying to expand it, and that might actually be a good moment to keep doing that. And also gives us a little bit of a break from the row houses. So let's get a few more of these going. Let's do the right rotation. This house is a little bit big. Yeah, I think this is better. Okay, well, I guess we're getting close to the last house. Maybe this might actually be the last one to fit in here. Actually, it looks like that. There we go. Should give these people a few wells, though. But we might now just position this well alongside the fence here, which might actually make it a tiny bit nicer. And then we can also give it a tree on this side, so we'll get some decorations out. Are they already delivering goods to this? Yes, a little bit, so we'll let them do that. Now, I think most of it should soon be delivered here, so they can actually start to build. Do we still have window glass? Yeah, we have 800. Okay, that's good, that's good. So I hope you can all hear me and all is good. Of course, if you have questions, suggestions, whatever, always feel free to do that. I see nobody is really responding to my question how you all are. Guess it's all a secret. Now this is nice, but I think we need to make this sort of a circle. So let's get another maple tree out here. Because right now it's not looking perfectly nice. So let's get a maple tree out there. And then we need to get a few extra benches going so that this area will kind of look similar to the other one. Now we can only do 3 benches, of course, until the tree is planted. Then we can do a 4th. They're doing Trump's YMCA dance. Ah, okay. I didn't know about that. Nice. All okay. Been starting early doing stuff. Ah, yeah, because of the hot weather, I guess. So you thought I'd start early, then you still have 11,000 hemp. Wow, that's a lot, but let's get it. Let's get some wheat. That's always good. Salt. Yeah, let's sell some salt. Still have warm clothing? Yes, okay, that's good. Always need to get a hang of this town a little bit, because of course I play all these different Ostriv games, so you never know where I've been and which ones I've already what I already have in this town. Luckily we have the unlimited map, so we don't have to buy iron, which is already a very good thing. Do we already make... Yeah, we have 2 fulling mills. Okay, that's good. Oh yeah, we were working on the new tanning area and the new clothing area. That's it. Oh yeah, okay. Getting back into it now. There we go. Haven't slept well lately, so a bit tired. Haven't really gotten started for the day. It's 11 AM over here. Well, you know, take your time. Take your time, Laura. If you haven't slept well, then you have all the reasons to be silent and just slowly waking up. And take your time. It's all good. You should really take good care of yourself, so don't worry about it. This one is almost empty except for the leather, so let's get the guys out already. We don't need them in anymore. This one is still working, but we also want this one to stop. Because everything is going now, so we don't want them to start any new stuff. And since I don't think we have room for more leather here at the moment, no. That might be something to put in here. Tallow. We have the slaughterhouse. We now have the tallow and the salt going in. So now it's time for the clothing industry again. Might just do the clothing industry here then. That might be a good option. Let's take the weaver, because I think there will be some uneven terrain here, but that should be manageable if we do it right. Just putting some drumsticks in the oven. Snacks are important to survive. That's true, that's true. I don't know. It depends, of course, if you already had like an evening meal or something like that, because if you already had a full dinner and then now you're starting the drumsticks and later on you're getting some other stuff, then they might actually do more good than harm, but it all depends on your eating schedule, and also I'll leave that judgment to you, whether it's good or healthy or not. Alright, let's start setting up the clothing industry. We need a proper clothing industry. I kind of want to fence off the tanning area, though. I mean, it's nice that we have a separate tanning area. But we should treat it as such. So here we go. And let's continue this way. There we go. Yeah, I cannot really fence it off here, so I'll probably just go like this, and then right here, another opening in it. And then we leave room for other stuff out here. Oh, that's the warehouse, but that's okay. We can actually go like this. Oh no, that's the boatyard. Okay, well that's okay. We can just leave an opening here too. At least now this area is sort of fenced off, which is something that I like. It also always gives a little bit of a different feel when you actually fence off an area. Messenger from Derkachi. Let's sell a good deal of charcoal. Let's sell a good deal of shoes. And let's not sell clothing because we haven't gotten that much. Alright, there we go. And now I think we can properly set up the area here for the shoes and the clothing. Because now we have a fenced off area. We can start to decide how we want to build this up. Let's go. Alright, we'll do 2 buildings of each type, I guess. So we get 2 weavers. They need transportation. I always forget about transportation in games, usually. But since I started the series with the transportation, it is actually going better. I'm starting to remember more that we need good types of transportation. Now we can also get this one going for their supply. It's only for their supply. Yeah, we can put it here. There we go. So we have 2 weavers and a storage for them. Then we are going to get 2 tailors. Now luckily we have more space out here, so we could start this one right here. Let's do it the other way around, like this. Maybe we should get 3 tailors, because we're also trying to make broadcloth now. Let's give them a little bit of space. We'll do 2 cart parkings, but we can do these probably like this. Oh, we get uneven terrain, of course. Oh, here's a spot where there's no uneven terrain. That's good. Do we get that out here too? No, of course, uneven terrain. Maybe we try it on this side. Yes, can we do one on this side too then? Because then at least we can get it to kind of look nice. Hey, Karen, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? Talking about weather, I have 15 degrees here. Like I said, last summer have passed here and now we have autumn. Already autumn? Wow, that's quickly. May make a late comeback, Cooper, like Argentina. Yep. Hold out. Came in for some air conditioning and I caught your stream. Yay! Hello, hello. How are you doing? 29C. Feels like 36. Ooh, that's not nice. That's not nice. That must be very humid and blah. Well, I guess it's a good thing you came inside then. And, you know, just enjoy the inside. Stay in the cool. Right, let's give this one a cart parking too. Oh no, wait. We were going to do 3 of these, so we have to get another tailor. Oh, we can put that right here. Yeah, that's okay. That's nothing bad. Let's get another tailor in here. And then, of course, I cannot do another one of these cart parkings. Absolutely no way. Nope. But we can always try the little church method. It did change the land, but I don't think in the right spot. But we can still try. Actually, it did make a difference because we can now place it there. Okay, that works. And then I think we're going to need a second storage out here. We already have one like this. And then the second one, this will be for the input goods and this one will be for the output goods. But I'm actually going to get 2 for output goods. Although we also still need to worry about the shoes. So this can just be for clothing. That's probably gonna be it. And then we'll do the shoes also here, but we'll wait a little bit. Great to be here. Well, great to have you. Thanks so much for being here. Hey, Vladimir, welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? No, I didn't have anything to eat. Only some tasting while making koude schotel. Ah, nice. Well, you know, hope you enjoy your dinner now then. Well, we're starting to get quite a big build queue, so I should probably stop putting stuff in. We still have to get the, what's it called? The shoe area up, but this is at least a start. So, you know, we can get started with this. We can probably do the shoe area somewhere up here then maybe. But for now, let's just make sure that we can build this and get that done. A new family selling in town. So this row house is done. That row house is done. We have only room for 2 more families, getting close to 900. And we have some buildings empty here, so we can demolish this one. We can start to demolish this one. They should really make this one empty, although I don't think they have a place to go for it, but at least they should be trying. Then at some point this one should be emptied out. Yeah, this one too, but not yet. This one is already empty and is not going to do anything. So let's destroy this one. Well, we're getting there. The problem is that we might not have enough people yet to man all of these. We can see we already have plenty of cow hides and all. So you know what? Let's do apply to all and apply to all. Then this one should also start to hire people. This one we don't need yet, because we don't have enough sheep hides for that yet. But this should work. So let's see if these can now start to fill and also get going with cow hides. Hey, Julie! Welcome in. How are you doing? No, they could just read they came back from 2-0. Glad to say not watched any football or cycling. Hunt was uneventful, and at last there is spring at our street. Nice! Good to hear that you finally have spring. Hopefully it doesn't go into a hot summer too quickly, but hopefully it's good. Okay, so the tanning area is done, and we're building 2 houses at the same time, although we need a bit more wood. Are we short on wood? 35,000. Yeah, we're not short on wood. We have 300 mutton. Could it be that we're not selling mutton anywhere? Let's go over some of these market stalls. 2 with sunflower oil, and there's nothing in it, so let's put some mutton in here. That's right, fish salt. So we're not selling any salt as well. Are we almost out of salt? Are we not producing enough? No, we're out of salt actually. What's happening? This one is still producing. This one is producing. Let's get the extra men in so that they will really produce enough. But we're out of salt, so we need to stop selling salt. And we need to make sure that all the salt is available in the town first. We'll probably just have to build it up a little bit, and then we'll see. You're okay. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. For those that missed it, of course, a little while ago I lost a save, so I had to record another episode again when we did the transport town, where we did the sheeps and all, and the second farm. Now, while arranging all of that and getting all the new episodes in the right order, I made a mistake again. So yesterday I uploaded the wrong episode. Basically, I uploaded episode 24, and we went from 22 to 24, which of course misses out on some stuff. So some people already started like, hey, I missed getting the horse wagons and all. That was true, because apparently I made a little boo-boo. So I fixed that today. So if you haven't done so, episode 23 is also up since this morning, at least this morning my time, which is like, I don't know, 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago. So if you have missed it, don't forget to watch it if you enjoy that series, because now all episodes should be in the right order and they should all be in, so you will not miss out on anything. So the whole planning of the gated community was in the last episode, in the one that I didn't upload, so it's now in. You can now watch it, and then you should watch episode 24, of course, if you want to watch it chronologically. So now you know. Is this city built with only regular homes and no garden houses? Very difficult food. How many farms do you have? Yes, I can show you here. Village houses with a garden. It says nothing. This has 177. So yes, we have no garden houses. Right now, I think we have 3 farms. This is farm number 1. Farm number 2. And farm number 3. That's it. This is the hop yards. We have some sheep now. We have a few cows, only 4. And of course we have orchards, which are very important because they provide a vital amount of food for us. Right here we have quite the number of dried fruits. I wonder why this is only set to 4,000. Should be 10,000 so that actually everything can get in. But yeah, it's interesting. It takes a bit of work, so you have to get the farm up early and stuff like that. But it's not too hard. It's not too hard doing without gardens. Actually, when I played this game for the first time, when I learned to play Ostriv, there were no garden houses. So I learned playing this game with regular houses, and you just had to make sure you got a farm really quickly. So I don't know better than it's not. Oh, for me at least, it's not that hard. No chickens. Do we have chickens yet? I thought we already... No, we don't have chickens. Of course, we don't have pigs, because pigs just eat so much stuff. So, I don't usually do pigs. But yeah, we don't have chickens yet. We'll get to that at some point. Don't worry. But, yeah, as of yet, no chickens. We do finish the next layer here, though. Of course, this is in the way. The tavern is in the way, so we cannot build more houses here. But we can continue right here soon. We can do another layer. And of course, we are removing the whole industry up here slowly. See, this one is now emptied out too. So let's get that one destroyed. And once this is all gone, we can actually finish the circles out here. So that should be interesting. We'll see how that goes and how that looks. No chickens. Nope. There are no mistakes, just happy actions. That's true, but there's always people that come out then and say, you should just admit you make a mistake and not sugarcoat it. So I'm just admitting I made a mistake. Something went wrong, and then I fixed it. He was a man worth citing. Exactly. Should not talk down on Bob Ross. He made some very nice paintings. At least I enjoyed them. I know a lot of people that are called artists that don't really make any stuff that I enjoy, but you know, they're still artists. And yes, Bob Ross is also an artist. Hey, Cyrus! Good to see you. How are you doing? It's been a little bit. Hope all is well. Alright, 914 people. 10,000 coins. How much beer do we have? 2,300. Yay! We have some good beer. Okay, all the resources are picked up. The wood is just taking its time. Now, all the wood that we have comes from either here or here. And that's about it. So it has to come from quite far. So it might be worth getting a wood source closer. Ah, here we have these two. Okay. But these are just not keeping up yet, but they hopefully soon will. These are doing a ton of planting. So I should probably tell them these two not get anything, just plant trees. All work is done? I don't think so. You should all plant trees. Oh, there's nobody in there. Oh well. Let's get a few guys in there if we can, so that they can plant trees. Should probably extend the row houses soon to get more jobs out here for all these people. Ooh, the first weaver is up. Nice. And the second one too. So let's get to our old weavers. And we can just do apply to all and apply to all. Now they can make textile and threads. Which is great. That's exactly what we want. And when we can see that these are actually really working, I will get the other ones to stop and we can tear them down. But for now, we should keep it this way. Plus, we still have to set up storage here to get all the goods in. So we need to get hemp and flax in and start storing the threads and all. One thing at a time. If we start to rush these things, we'll make mistakes, which is not good. There's some broadcloth in here. No sheepskin. Of course, the tanning is not done here, so we should probably say it like this. We can up this number for a bit. Probably get in a little bit more broadcloth, because, yeah, they should be making that. Exactly. Okay, that's nice. Construction shed, we can leave that. Ooh, there's also broadcloth in here. Leather. Yeah, we have some good amounts of stuff there. I like it. I like it. Icon. That's true. That's true. A shrouded strange. I swear Spike's still growing. His white paws are humongous. Nice. I'm not really a cat person myself, but I get the joy of it. I mean, we had a cat when I grew up. So when I turned like 17 or something like that, cat died. But yeah, I'm not much of a cat person. I'm more of a dog person. Not that I have anything against cats, of course. I mean, you know, if you want a cat, get a cat. Enjoy it. Just not my cup of tea. Let's put some trees around. Give our plants something to do. Unsubbed. That sounds like a meow. Well, if you want to unsub, then unsub. That's fine. If you want to sub, Then sup. That's nice. Thank you. Let's see. This one should be done too. Oh, 2 more badges tanning. We'll leave them going. Still cow hides. There's even a few sheep hides. But I should be taking those out and bringing them over here for the sheep tanning. Yes, they are. Okay, that's good. How many sheep hides does the thing say we have? None anymore. Okay, that's good. So we're using up all the sheeps. Oh, it's running now. But a bit thick. Forgot to get Windows 10 on AMD. Ah, okay. Okay, they're getting the water and the bark in for the next tanning. Same here. So the tanning here is getting busy now, which is very good. You can also see that the numbers are... Oh, these are now emptied out. That's, of course, because they're using up all the bark and stuff. But it's not bad. It's looking good, actually. Now getting the storage up here. This storage is to supply this area. So this should just hold flax... And let's go hemp and flax. And I believe we have not a lot of flax, so it should probably be mainly hemp. But we'll set it up like this. At least that way we can ensure that we get all of the resources out here that we need. I don't think... anyone not like a fluffer invited home. Everything's going great with Bill and Bull, who have now invited a friend to live with us. Fluff, who decided about a week ago to move in with us. Well, you just have such a nice and cozy home. And of course, the boys love to bring home new animals, so... They finally figured out that you don't like all the vermin that they bring, but that they should just bring other cats and that you enjoy that. Testing it on Ubuntu just to run it in. It is so quiet. Nice. So then you got a good system. So, you know, nice, nice, nice. Right, let's hook this up so that they can use a cart. Should probably then start to tell... I'll have to find the right one, of course. Yeah, this one should no longer store any hemp, because that's what we want to get to the other side, if you want to call it that. Messenger from Limanivka. Let's buy a little bit of meat, because we're not producing that much beer yet. And let's get some extra window glass. I do want to start planning a few more row houses already. We have nothing to sell to that place yet, but that's okay. And then we might just continue out here with some more row houses. Now this one has an arch, an arch, an arch. And there's an arch. Here's an arch. So we do have the arches up. So it's a 3-story row house, and we'll do a regular one. Vanut. Let's do a regular one. Let's see. Should go probably somewhat like this. Let's see. It moves slightly back. There we go. Okay, that's another row house. Then I think this should be a little bit of a longer row. So we can do one with a store in it too. Right here next to it. Let's make sure it hooks up. And then at least one more, but then probably again one with an arch. And that way we can also get in the extra people that we are actually looking for in this whole area, because this is pretty close. So they can now start to work there once these houses are ready. So I should probably mix these in a little bit so that we get a house every now and then, which is good. Oh, it is good. Somebody helped me spend too much. 3 times 34-inch 4K monitors for the start. Wow. I'm just jealous where you guys will get the money for all that stuff. I don't have the money for that. I wish I had. Although, you know, I don't know. I don't think I really have a purpose for any of it. So, don't know why to get that. Clothing, warm clothing. Well, there come the ladies. There should also be, yep. Textile, broadshot, sheepskin, threads. That's all good. This should start to house hemp now. Yes. So these can work. They actually have hemp in, which is great. And once this storage comes up, I think I should get that one first before the row house. We can start to store all the resources in there. So the textile, the broadcloth, the sheepskin, and the threads. So that these can work very efficiently. And then this should be their outgoing warehouse where we put all the clothing in. Let's get a cart and hook this one up. Yeah, step by step we get there. The monitors I had nothing to do with. Your family are moving the lounge around. It needs a 280 centimeter wide wall. Oh, wow. Wow, that's big. And of course, if you are watching this and you enjoy it, but you have a question about the game or about this game in particular, or you have a suggestion or something, you want to share, feel free to do so. If you want me to show a certain thing, or, if you want to know if I already built something or whatever, always feel free to ask. I won't bite. I'm always happy to show you anything. Yeah, the broadcloth is still in here, so we still have to move that later on. This should get empty at some point. This is the shoemaker. We're not doing anything with the shoes yet. But we should be able to start emptying out these. So we should probably put the supply on 0 now. So that they won't get any new stuff in. And then once they run out, we can start to get these destroyed and taken care of. I think that's the way to go now, so that we don't unnecessarily put resources around. What are you all waiting for? Ah, the wood. Yeah, that makes sense. And then there is Sparta. Spike still tries to snuggle under my monitor shelf. Sparta's gone. You big figure. Yeah, well, if you buy a very big cat, that's what's gonna happen. And just a heads up, we're going to get into a warmer period again starting tomorrow. Temperatures will go up to 28 and then up to 30 for at least like 10 days probably. I will do my best, of course, to be there streaming, but when the temperatures get too high in our living room, I won't be there. So just a little heads up. Keep your eyes on the schedule. I will put a stream up if I think I can make it, and if not, then of course I won't put a stream up. So, but I think I can make it to all streams because it won't be getting that hot. But I also have to think about myself and my health and stuff. So I will take a look at it. All right, they're making threads here, broadcloth. So, or they need those. They need textile, broadcloth, sheepskin, and threads. So we have to fill in here textile, broadcloth, sheepskin, the sheepskin. Where is the sheepskin? There, and threads, so that at least they have it all. Well, what if we just do 2,500 each? I think that's a good start. That'll get them busy for a bit. Plus the broadcloth and the sheepskin and all will all be not really scarce, but also not too present, I think. You can probably lower the sheepskin to like 1,000 for now and get extra broadcloth in. Because we will be getting more of that with the wool and with the fulling mills. And I want to keep those going. So, hello, Nathanael. Welcome in. Good to see you. How are you doing? You have a great question. When should I enable or disable the option to take items from another granary or a warehouse? So, that's a good question. I'm going to run the game at speed 1 now to make sure that I can answer it without a lot of stuff happening. So, when you have a granary, you have the option to tell it to take from other granaries. Now, what that enables is that this granary can take food from another granary that is supplying food to a certain area. For instance, this one. Now, it can create something of a bouncing effect where I have buckwheat in here. I put it in here. And then this granary thinks, hey, that granary has more buckwheat, so let me get some buckwheat out of it. And it's getting buckwheat out of it, transporting it all the way to this granary. And then this granary thinks, hey, that guy has more buckwheat than I want more buckwheat, so the buckwheat's going to be transported back. And then you get a sort of bouncing effect where resources go back and forth all the time. That is something that you want to avoid. So what you want to do is at some point No, I should start somewhere else. I have a lot of dried fruits here. As you can see, we have so many dried fruits, they can't even process it all yet. So what did I do? I built a dedicated granary for dried fruits, and in this case also for wheat. So all the dried fruits from these will get stored in here, so that these can produce as much dried fruit as possible. But this is not the granary where I want my market stalls to get it from. I want my other granaries to also be able to get dried fruits. That's why I set the dried fruits on take from other granaries, so they will come in here and they will start to take from that granary. These do the same. These can take it from other granaries. I should turn the flower off, by the way, because they're not allowed to take that from any other granaries anymore. So that should be turned off on both. And what will happen now, since this granary will always be the most filled up with dried fruits, because these will pick the dried fruits very quickly from there, these guys will only take the dried fruits from this one, and the resources should not be bouncing back and forth. So you turn it on only for a resource that you store in a basically temporary or extra granary. That's where you turn it on. I'm not turning it on for any of the buckwheat or potatoes or flour, because then they will start to pick it from these two granaries and it will start to bounce back and forth, and that's something that you don't want. So only use that for resources that you have in a temporary storage. That's basically the answer. It was a bit of a long answer, but I hope that explained it. If not, just let me know and I'll do a rerun, but then shorter and easier. Okay, so this is set. We can now store threads here. We can store textile here. So we can start to get stuff out of here. So the threads can go out. The threads can go out. The broadcloth can go out because we're already storing that somewhere else. Sheep skin, I think it was. So yeah, the broadcloth can also go out of this one. Let's tell them to really make this one empty so we get rid of it, and then we can destroy that one too. Hot weather, wet t-shirt compo for the win. Oh boy. Love playing Ostriv, but I get to population just over 700 and they all move out for some ridiculous reason. I know, I built too fast. For what reasons do they get out then, Karen? Get aircon, Mr. Patmos. We thought about it, but since we are in the process of going to sell our house, I'm not going to get an aircon right now and invest in that. So we're going to get an aircon most likely if we get it all done and stuff in the next house, but not in this one anymore, because could well be that in like 5-6 months we're moving houses, so I'm not going to get an aircon in this one. Let me check to see if I missed some stuff. The more cheese you have, the more holes it contains. The more holes in cheese, the less cheese you get. So the more cheese you get, the less cheese you have. Probably. My fridge has 4 days worth of hydration. Ooh, wow. Yeah. I do have a drink here. I should probably drink some soon. I'm not really drinking at the moment. Got it. Thank you. You're most welcome. Thank you for your question. And of course, anybody else that has a question, or if you have another question, feel free to ask. I'm always willing to answer questions. Actually enjoy that. I guess it's kind of the, I don't know, teacher side in me or something. Computers give off so much heat. That's true, that's true. That's why during the last heat period I didn't stream. Because it would get way too hot. But then we also had a period where, you know, the night temperatures wouldn't go below like 22, 23, which there's absolutely no cooling anymore. And given the next period, when it's very warm, next 10, 12 days, temperature should still drop to something like 18 in the evening. So you can still do a little bit of cooling off during the night times, and then, you know, it's better. So then I'm okay with using my computer during the heat period, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. You could buy a portable aircon. We have one upstairs, used when needed. Yeah, but you know, the thing is, since we want to move houses, there's a lot of costs involved, and we kind of want to save all our money, so that once we actually do sell our house, when we buy a new house and we want to make that like really our place and stuff, that we invest the money in that. And I'm not going to spend a couple €100 now on a portable aircon. If I can just save that money and use that towards a permanent aircon in the next house. So, you know, it's choices, and there's something to say for both, but that's the choices that we make at the moment. So we're just trying to save money, make sure that we have whatever we can. And also invest like in good insulation and stuff just to keep the warmth out and stuff like that in our new house. But yeah, we'll have to see. I mean, we don't have a house yet, so we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, we're not going to invest in this house or in a lot of temporary stuff right now because, you know, it's something that we don't really want to do right now. Hope you have lots of fans then. We have 2, but... Well, you know, last time we got up to like 37 degrees outside. Got up to 30 inside. It's doable, you know. You just have to adjust your lifestyle, I guess. So we didn't do too much. Just relaxation, reading, drinking enough and stuff like that. So, and you know, I'm used to working in that heat. When it's 33 degrees outside and I have to do a funeral, I still have to wear my black suit. I have to wear my black overcoat. I have to wear my black gloves and my black top hat. So it's warm. Yes, it is. But, you know, I'm used to it. So... I'll just deal with it. It is what it is. Okay, we sell some stuff. We can... No, we don't have to get stones. Do we have enough nails? Yes. So, yeah, it's okay. Alright, these are making clothing now, which is good. We have the stuff for that. These are making the threads and all, which is great. We are not out of hemp yet, but we don't have that much. Do we have some hemp left here? No. So, we don't have any more hemp and stuff, but that's okay. We'll deal with it. Construction completed. Single cart parking. Let's hook it up to the storage. Then we're going to get the third tailor, which will only be used to make warm clothing. No, we just used them for all 3. That's good. Warm clothing and clothing. Yeah, that's good. Hey, the Saf Simmer. Good to see you. How are you doing today? I hope you're good. I got a 2 kilowatt solar just for the summer. It will run my aircon and PC. Nice! Using the panels as window blinds at the moment. Well, you know, it's also a way to keep the heat out. Is there an update coming out? Ooh, we never know. We never know. We got 2 minor bug tweaks over the last week. Of course, there's already 1.5 years rumors of Alpha 6 coming out. And we do get tweaks and things like that. So we got some new buildings not too long ago and stuff like that. They are working on a very major update, but it's just so much work. And as most people know, the dev lives in Ukraine. There's a war going on in Ukraine, which they're also involved in. So it's not as easy as you might think, like when you live in a nice, peaceful country. So they're doing the best they can, and they're putting a lot of work into the game. For one thing, for instance, is that now if you place a garden house, you only have 4 corners to play with. And they're going to make that basically into an infinite number of corners that you can work with. So you can make all kinds of wonky shapes. And that goes for the houses, that goes for the farm fields, that goes for a lot of stuff. So, but that just requires a lot of recoding and tweaking things. And there's just one little update that they're doing. So, there's a lot coming, and that update will come out at some point. But, you know, we just don't know when. But it will be there. So don't worry about it. And it'll be good. We just have to be a little bit patient, I guess. Okay, let's get this stuff out and really make this one empty now. And we'll just do the same out here. But this one is already empty, so let's get rid of these 2 weavers. That will clear out this area. We can also demolish these 2 now. We have to need to relocate the cart first. Oh, that's actually interesting. Maybe we can build a few more carts things somewhere and just move all the carts over there for some good use. Actually, we could make... This is kind of the... This might actually be a good place to get a sort of cart area where we can ditch all the excess carts that we have at the moment. And make this into a giant big cart parking where people can just come and pick up carts that they need. We're just not going to put in any new carts. We will just use this as a means of storing carts and so on. Okay, let's go like this. I hope I can still plant a tree here, but I have to check that. Otherwise we have to move this a little bit. And while being busy with this, of course, I don't read the chat, so bear with me. I'll read the chat soon. But yeah, expect updates. The dev is very passionate about this game, although he also has already plans for another game. But he really wants to deliver a finished game at some point, and he's really busy with that, so expect more. There are the larger cart sheds. Do you not use? Yes, I have cart sheds, actually. I actually had an area for... We have one here. So this is cart sheds with 5. But these have dedicated people in them. And these are free to use for everybody. And next to an industry area, I always like to have a few free to use as well. We also have 2 big cart sheds here. We started on horse wagons last time. So we have horse wagons now. So yeah, we do have those. But yeah, it's... just not that much, but we do have them. Glad to catch another live stream. Well, we're glad to have you. How are you doing? You are doing fine. How's the weather over there? Like and subscribe. More watching than liking. That's true, but you know, everybody can do whatever they want. But yeah, if you enjoy this and you want to help me out a little bit, you could consider liking the video. That will boost me in the algorithms, which of course for me is really nice. So if you would do that, that would be very much appreciated. Alright, let's put these up to empty. I should just empty this out slowly. Then this cart parking can probably go too, so we could start moving those cars. But we can, yeah, it's one thing at a time. One thing at a time. Very cool, can't wait for summer. Oh wow, really? Oh, that's interesting. It's summer here, for the year on the other side of the globe, of course, so then you don't have summer. Yeah, Kevin is posting the official Ostriv game site. If you go there, it's ostrivgame.com. There's also a roadmap on it, so you can see what the dev has envisioned for the game. There is even a campaign mode in, so there is something that will guide you through it. So here's the website again. If you just scroll down on the main page, you should get to the roadmap, and then you can see what the dev has planned for and what he wants to have in the game at some point. Now, of course, nobody knows if everything actually will get into the game, but it gives a good idea of what he envisions. So you can always look at that. He already made a lot of it come true, but not all of it. Ooh, we're out of bricks. Oh, really? Oh, really? Where's my brickworks? Brickworks. Brickworks. Where are you? Right here. 2 brickworks. They're going full speed. But apparently we're completely out of bricks. Alright, let's move this over then. We'll just build the brick house later. I'm not going to waste time on it. Let's get this warehouse done. This should be storing all the clothing that we're making. We're getting a bit through the queue though, so not too long from now we can actually start on the shoemakers, because that is something that we haven't built yet, but we also need that. I kind of think that if we do it right here, we can do 2 shoemakers out here too. And then the storage probably somewhere behind them. That's okay. That's not a big problem. Let's get 2 shoemakers, because that should do the trick already. Only 2 shoemakers are needed. But then we need a storage to supply them, which can be this one. And we need one to store all the shoes that they make, which can be right here. That also probably means that we don't have to give these their own cards. Let's get rid of this piece of the fence. Let me see if I can find a way to squeeze. Oh, they can just remove that tree. That's okay. There we go. We'll put one right here. Now we don't have to give these shoemakers their own cards, because they will only getting the resources from straight out here. So that should be good. The SAF simmer is probably from South Africa, if I'm right. Yeah, I thought so too. That's probably where the SAF comes from, South Africa. But yeah, that's then you are in a different time zone. Or my same time zone, but different seasons. I'm reaching 400 people, but a lot of them are left without jobs. Is that normal? You mean you have 400 people, but a lot of them don't work. The question is, do you have jobs for them? Are they simply not taking the jobs? Or are you a little bit short on jobs? Oh, you know what? Let's cancel this one so we can just move a cart from over here. That is already helpful. And that's quite a significant question. So if you have the jobs available and they're not taking them, then it will be interesting to check why that is. And then it's most likely a case of them having too much money. But I need a little bit more information. So do you have jobs available for them? Are they simply not taking them? Or don't you have enough jobs? Didn't you make enough jobs? Of course, if you hover over here, you can already see how many open vacancies you have and how many people are actually looking for a job. You can see I have many more people looking for a job than I have open vacancies. So that means that I have a lot of people that are unemployed, but that's okay because they will do the labor jobs all the time for me. Last summer it was really hot. That was on June 18th. This year summer was on June 24th and then autumn arrived. Oh, wow. Okay, so these are all doing their work. They're all making all the different types of clothing. This storage was for the clothing. So let's start getting clothing and warm clothing. That's all they're making. They're not making shoes in here. So we can basically store 5,000 clothing in here and 5,000 warm clothing. At least they should. There are many jobs available. Okay, so if you have plenty of jobs, then there's a few options that they're not going to their job. First of them will be that the distance to a job is too great. So let's say we have a person living here. That person will not get to work right here because that's too far. So you need to make sure that they have jobs that are close enough to where they are. That's first. Then there's another issue that comes to it, and that has to do with your economy. I can show you right here. If you're playing the game, then that's helpful because then you can give me quick information. If you watch over the info overlays, I'm going to slow down to speed 1, and I click on wealth, you can see the wealth of all your people. It might be a bit confusing at first if you just see all these numbers all of a sudden, but this just shows how many actual capital these people have into their pockets for each household. And you can see that all slightly below 50. There's all like 49 something. Some have a little bit less. These are houses that we recently built, so these have a little bit less. They still should accumulate up to that. We can also see that a barber surgeon has way too much money, so I should probably start taxing him a bit more. But most houses will have around 49. That is because I've set my economy in such a way that my wealth tax threshold is 50. Meaning that as soon as people reach 50 coins as their household amount of money that they have, they will start paying taxes. And the taxes that they pay, I made pretty high. So nobody will get over 50 because they will immediately give all that money back to me. I have also lowered the wages a bit from the standard wages that you get when you start up the game. So I don't pay them that much, but I've also made stuff cheap for them. So the village rent is very low, land tax is very low. Market prices are very low, so they can buy everything cheap. They will make some money, and as soon as they hit 50, I will get everything back in taxes. Which means that we are now in February, 1.5 months into the game, and I have already made almost 500 in taxes. Last year, I got in almost 4,000 in wealth tax, which is of course providing me a lot of money. But the thing with that is, because people are not that rich, they will want to work. If you get really high numbers here, above 100 or higher, then regular people, so don't include the barber and stuff, they will always keep working. But all these people, if they get too much money, they simply refuse to work because they have no incentive to work. They are too rich. So the easiest way to fix that is to set your wealth tax threshold somewhere between 40 and 80. I would advise somewhere between that. If you give them 80, then they can accumulate a bit more money. If you set it to 40, they can have a little bit less money. And then set up a serious wealth tax. 10 will usually just do, because they will not make that much money. By the way, I should increase the wealth tax paid by the barber surgeon. And that should fix it, because then you will just not let them get too rich and they will start to work again. They should actually say, if you look out here, you can see this guy is working in the fishing dock. If he's unemployed, let's see if we can find somebody that is unemployed. No. Oh, yeah, here we have one that's unemployed. Oh, where is she? Here, she's unemployed. It just says unemployed. If they are too wealthy, it should also say not looking for a job. So, if they say here not looking for a job, you should look at their wealth, and they are probably too rich. Now, I think most of these have a job. See, we have a few, but they're just unemployed. I think my problem is the distance. Yeah, distance is a factor, so you make sure you keep your jobs a little bit close to where they are. They can work a little bit away from their... they can live a little bit away, but not too far. So, I guess if you have one person that lives here, you can see where their jobs are. They can work here, and they can work right here, or they go right here. This is where the person is right now. So this guy's working at the brickwork, which is right here. So they can travel quite a distance, but not too far. So keep that in mind. So this guy is working in construction. They can go all over the map, but the construction office should be quite close. This man is unemployed. This one is unemployed, but they're still looking for a job. And if you set wealth tax to 100, that should do. But if you don't tax them enough, all that they will then do is start paying taxes after 100, but they can still get more wealthy than that. So make sure that also your tax number is set pretty high, the actual amount that you tax, otherwise they can still get more wealthy. I can see right here, you can see the wealth distribution in my town. You can see there's a slight red bar here with 100 plus, that's our barber surgeon. I would say... I don't know, 4/5 out of the people are somewhere between 40 and 100, which is 50, because that's what most people have. And there's a few people that have less. Not that many, but there's a few people that have less. So yeah, if you want to, you can always just, you know, take a screenshot of this and use this economic setting. That should work. The only thing you cannot see right now is the purchase price from citizens. That's set to 10%. But this is the economy settings that I usually have, and that usually works like a charm. They do keep job very far from where they live if a home gets vacant in the upper corner of the map and a couple married. That's true, they do keep that job, but as soon as a better option comes available, they switch jobs. So as soon as somebody takes a certain job, that is not permanent. They will switch jobs if a better opportunity arises. That's why changing the wages for certain jobs actually works. So I have a higher wage for laborers to do farm work when they need to sow or harvest, and that can actually make people change jobs. So, you know, if we have a person living here and they work in the warehouse and she decided to get remarried and live all the way across the map, they will keep that job until a better option comes, and then she'll be among the first to change that job. So it's also dynamic. It's not like they pick a job and they keep that job for the rest of their lives. Even that changes. But yeah, you can try at least copying these settings and give it a while, because the game might have to adjust. So if they're very rich, it might take many months before they actually really start to pay you the taxes and their wealth goes down. And then you should see a change in that. So a job that is not... season job, it can be good to fire all examples in the market center and direct hire. That can do it quickly, but they will move jobs over time anyways. So as long as you have enough jobs available, they will do that. And then it will adjust itself over time, basically. Tallow and salt, that's good. These are tanning, and they're all having nice badges here to tan. So that works. Now we need to get the shoe guy up and running so that we can start to store all the leather in here. Leather and threads, and then in the other one we can put all the shoes. But at least this is working out. We're getting good amounts of clothing. 80 and 70 in here. We can see they're making the clothing. They have all the stuff, so that works. Also means that we should probably get rid of some storage stuff here. See, the clothing and the warm clothing can get out of here already because we have now got a different spot for it. And we can probably also tell these weavers to stop working so that they at some point run out of stuff. And then we can start to demolish these too. And then this area gets more and more cleared. I like it. Oh, there's 2 big cart parkings out here. Ah, they completed the Rowhouse. Nice, that means we get a few extra families and we have another store up and running. Let's get the basics in. Beer this time. No, we're not going to sell beer. Buckwheat. I have to check the farm soon because we haven't done any farming upgrades yet for a while. And I'm not sure if we're still producing enough food, so we might have to adjust that at some point. Dried fruits, clothing, warm clothing, shoes, warm clothing, and then... Oh, we can do mutton in here because we are slaughtering sheep now. So let's do some mutton. Let's get a worker in. And also make sure that in a lot of jobs where you can actually have ladies, to set it in such a way that ladies take that job. So the men will do the men-only job. The game hardly has any ladies-only jobs, but it has a lot of men-only jobs, like the construction shed, the tanners, there's the fisheries. So make sure you use your men for that and not for the lady jobs. Because then you will have more trouble finding the right people for the right jobs. Leather and threads to make shoes. Do you have Grok the Raging Cobbler working in there? Nope. But yeah, they do need... for shoes, they do need thread and leather, which makes sense. So yeah, they do use that. See, threads and leather, and then you can make shoes. Apparently. All they seem to continue to fill the stone limestone storage. Also, if you have 2 next to each other, set the stone, they still continue to fill only the 1. I have a storage here. So what I have here is the mining camp that will mine the stone and the limestone. And then I have 2 limestone storages, which they are filling up, of course. And I have the kiln here that is used. This guy is making all the lime right now. So I don't know what... They keep filling this one, of course, because this one is where they're actually mining it. And then they mine it, and then they put it in the other one. So they should be filling those up. So I don't really know what you mean, what the problem is. Actually check that at market stand. I had a lady running the whole map. Yeah, it can happen that it doesn't adjust itself in a reasonable amount of time. That happens sometimes, but most of the time it should adjust itself. But it also depends on whether you have any new jobs coming up. I know a lot of your towns at some point are just as big as they are, and that's the town. And not a lot is happening in those towns. And then, you know, you're not creating the new jobs that they need to switch jobs. Plus, if she has a job where, you know, you pay her a little bit of extra money because you raised the wage on that job, and all the jobs that you create pay lower, then they will also not switch. So there are many more factors involved than simply them running around the map. It's too far, so they will switch jobs. So I cannot say from right here what the issue is then. But it could be just a case of simply not generating enough new jobs that pay well enough so that they will do that. Right, we have some in the export stock, so let's sell it. Are we getting more salt again? Slowly, slowly. And I knew that was the only way to get a worker closer to the market stand. Yeah, in some cases that can help out. I usually simply don't track my workers. As long as stuff works, it works. And if they do take quite far, then it is what it is. That's very happy to play games, but you, the viewers, are equally important. You are the heart of our great family. Yes, very much. So thank you all for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being such a great support all the time. I really appreciate you all. Very true. Alright, let's move some more carts. Because we're going to destroy that whole area, so let's get all the carts over here. We have more carts out here that... Ooh, there's one more here. That also might see its carts moved. So let's move these to this one. Well, this helps. Now we're going to give all the carts a new place where they can still work properly and do a great job. And we're clearing out this area. I like it. Shoemaker is still busy. This one is... Well, it just needs to be emptied out, I guess. Oh, they need sheepskin. That's the thing. You know what? Let's really make empty and get the ladies out. And do the same out here. That way we can start to demolish these soon too, which is good. It's another shoemaker, slaughterhouse. This is a construction shed. This one needs to be destroyed. This one needs to be... no, not destroy resources. Really make empty. There we go. It's a bit of work, but it works. And then this whole area is cleared. We can do some other stuff out here soon. Hopefully. What are we building? The next cart parking. Then they're gonna get to the brick house. But we don't have the bricks for it. We're really slow on the bricks at the moment. So let's move this over. We did already get 2 brick houses ready though. So that's quite good. And we're almost at 1,000 people now. That's nice. That's nice. It's gonna be a lot. Of course, if I miss a message that you sent, but you really want me to read it, tag my name in it. So do add Patmos4, and then it lights up to me, so I can really see that I still have to take a look at that. If you have more questions or suggestions, so let me know. One is for limestone, one is for regular stone. Yeah, that's true. That's true. So in your storage here, in your mining camp, you have one for the stones and one for the limestone. You cannot change that. That's just what it is. What I usually do is I set up extra storages like these two, and you can select what they should put in. So these both carry limestone because I have the limestone stuff out here. So that's where the limestone goes. I actually don't remember if I also have these for stone. This one is for iron ore. Oh, yeah, I have 2 stone ones here too. So they do store all the stones out here, and we have plenty of stones available. Don't forget, row houses need wells too. Oh, that's very true. We have 2 wells out here. We can see they're running a bit low on water, though. We have 2 more wells here, also running a bit low on water. And, oh yeah, now all of a sudden we see families are out of water. So, yeah, I think we have to increase the amount of water that we give these people. Well, luckily, we can do that relatively easily. But I should probably spend quite a bit on extra wells to make sure we don't run out for a while. Let's get the well in here. Then we'll do 1 building and then the well. That's probably the fastest way. Thanks for the reminder, Vladimir. These people are out of water. Well, isn't there any water in the area? There's water here. A little bit. Just a little bit. But water is water. Alright, we can destroy that one. This cart still needs to be moved. This one can be destroyed. This one can be destroyed. Wow, we're destroying a lot of stuff. But I think it's worth it. You need 1 well for 1 3-floor row house. Yeah, well, you can do a little bit... You can actually do a few more houses. We had that for a while. We had this whole area for a while. It's just that we built a few extra now, and now it starts to hurt. We have 1 2 3 4 built extra. A long time, the idea was that you needed 1 house for 6 of these, 1 well for 6 of these regular houses, but that's actually not true. You can go up to almost 10 or 11 houses with 1 well. So it's a little bit less. I think they tweaked it a while ago. But yeah, you do need at least good enough amounts of wells, so we'll get to that. Did they build the first shoemaker? Yes. Oh, nice. Let's wait until another one is done, and then we can set them up by just going to the old ones that we already have. Look at that. We're getting warm clothing and clothing in. We have 2,500 warm clothing. There's only 500 in here, but it's good. I think you can set the wells to allow citizens to use for drinking water and not for production. Maybe that might help. That could help, but we have no production out here. Oh, wow. What are all these people carrying? Oh, firewood. They're going to fill some charcoal pits. This is a whole army of charcoal gatherers. They probably go somewhere here. Yep, they go right here. Looks impressive. It's the march of the firewood. There they all go. Good luck, ladies. Well done. It's not even done yet. I need another army. But we don't have production buildings out here that actually use water. And they are too far out for the production buildings that do. So we don't have to worry about that. And usually my production buildings, like this one, this is the wagon shed. I gave it a stone well already, so it can be used for that. And most buildings that actually use water... So here we have the tanners, they use water, but I gave these platforms, which are way closer. So they will not go all the way over there to pick up water. They will just use this. So it can work, but only if you have production facilities close by. And I don't have those close by at the moment. So it is an interesting suggestion. Just this time for me, it won't work. But there are definitely cases where it actually will work. Alright, these can go too. We have a lot of destroying stuff at the moment. Could also be a good idea to set up one firewood stand. We have a firewood stand here. I think I should get a second one soon, because I think this one cannot keep up soon enough. But we do have a firewood stand. I also have a regular market stall for some extra food. Although I think the ones with the stores should probably be able to manage. Oh, we have an empty store here. Let's go set that one up. That fixes it. Buckwheat. Potatoes. Flour. Dried fruit. We need to sell more dried fruit. They didn't even get into food issues yet, even though we didn't even get everything. Now we have plenty of clothing around, and they don't really use a lot of clothing. So what we can do is set some stuff up here that we don't regularly sell out here. Which is, of course, stuff like the mutton, maybe. Nah, I don't think so. Some salt. And, oh, chicken eggs and chicken meat. That's probably better. So this is all just foods. Which should be okay. Oh, that's another store setup. That should help out. But yeah, we do have a firewood stand here. And it actually has a cart as well. We can see that 400 firewood is now reserved. So they're not immediately buying it empty. So I think it will hold out. But we will get another one soon. That's for sure. My 2 shoemakers are up. So let's get into this one. Let's do apply to all now. And then we'll tell this one to no longer produce any shoes. The same for this one. And then we should probably tell them to really make it empty. That goes for this one too. So that we can get rid of these 2 as well. Luckily we have plenty of workers available to do this kind of stuff fairly quickly. I just want them to finish the warehouses now. Yes, this is good. So for the shoes we need leather and threads. Now they are storing threads out here, so they can use those. So we can use this one just for leather, since we produce a lot of leather. So 10,000 leather can go in here. So that we hopefully never run out of storage space for that. I don't know how much we actually have right now. 7,800 already, see? You know what, I'm going to change it up to 9,000. And then we'll put 1,000 threads in here just to be sure that we have everything for them. So this is 1,000. And then this one will be for the shoes. So we're going to store a lot of shoes out there. Messenger from their Kachi, but they recently came by. So we don't have to sell a lot to them. Okay, hopefully, look at all the people walking, it's so cool. Hopefully the new wells will help out. We have 2 now, and we can see that this one has 200 now, so there's 100 available, and we might quickly see them come in, but we can see all the well icons are gone, so that at least worked. But we just have to give them time to build the other wells too, and then see if they actually start to fill up again. If they don't start to... See, as soon as it hits a bit above 100, somebody will come in and get it out, so... We know we have enough if all the wells, or 1 or more wells, start to accumulate more than a couple hundred. So that they don't get emptied out straight away all the time. Alright, we have another storage up and running. There we go. And then this one is for the shoes. And since we have a lot of ladies in town, let's store 10,000 shoes. I need to make sure that they get enough. Now that should probably do it. Yeah, these can now go. We can now get this stuff out. Let's tell them to really make empty. And the same goes for this one. Really make empty. And then once everything is out, this whole area can go away. Yeah, these two can go away. The construction shed, probably have to find a new place for it. We can destroy the fencing here already for a bit. There's a lot of stuff laying around like nails and all, but they will pick those up at some point. And then we can start to finish more of the houses here and try and get the circles up. Now I can already see that the circles won't fit perfectly in this area. It is what it is. So might not be able to put 2 houses in here, so probably only 1. And then here we can get a few more, but I don't think this will look like a perfect circle. Same here. I'll do the best I can, and at least, I mean, I still love this area, like how it looks, and if we can just make it complete and whole, I would love that. So that's what we're aiming for. Just have to do a lot of destroying of buildings soon. Another well is ready. Great, so these are now all up. Okay, that's good. This one now has 200 in, but there's also all coming out. So yeah, they're all using the wells as much as they can right now. We're not accumulating any water yet. Oh well. Yep, they're bringing good amounts of shoes here. That's because we emptied out all the other places, so now they're just carrying a lot of stuff by hand, delivering it here. Same goes for the warm clothing, probably. Yep, broadcloths coming in. Okay. Ooh. Let's hook this one up to this one. Oh, then they're going to destroy some stuff. How many bricks do we have? 8,700. We need 10,000 here. So we're almost there for the next row house. Yeah, one step at a time. Okay. So what do you all have planned for the rest of the week, people? I know it's getting hot in some parts of Europe, so probably not too much, but what do you all have planned? I will be working some household stuff tomorrow and do a little bit of channel work. And then Friday I have to do a funeral. Monday I have to do a funeral. Saturday I will spend most of my time with the little one, because I don't think wifey will be home a lot. So I'll be busy with that. And of course I'm doing stuff around the house. Yesterday I did a lot of weeding in the garden to make that look nice again and stuff like that. So we're just keeping ourselves busy. Yeah, let's sell a bit of extra charcoal now that we can. How much charcoal do we have at the moment? 50,000. Yeah, that will do. That will do. Slightly enough. But yeah, thanks so much for joining me in this live stream. It is so much appreciated. I really enjoy it. So thanks a lot if you take the time to be here. And some of you regularly take the time to be here. I really appreciate that. While I continue the fencing out here. Like this, a bit. Yeah, this was supposed to be gone. There we go. And I'm not going anywhere, so don't think I'm ending the stream or whatever. I was just very thankful for you, so thanks so much. Ooh, emptied. Nice, destroy. This one is also almost empty now. Nice. Gonna be a lot of demolition. To be honest, whenever you're fancy, summer holidays are always a pina. A pina. You mean a pain in the ass? I like summer holidays. Spending lots of times with my kid. Actually, we're going to plan a few nice trips to museums and all that stuff. And you know, going to the beach and going to the... not that I will go to the beach, I'll leave that to wifey. But, you know, doing lots of nice stuff. And she still really enjoys doing stuff together. So last evening, after dinner, we went out to, there's a small football field close to us where we played some soccer and some basketball and all that stuff. So it's, I really enjoy that kind of stuff. And when she's home a lot, I really enjoy those things. And every now and then we just go sit on the couch, read together and all that stuff. I really enjoy those moments. So I'm looking forward to the summer holiday, actually. I should have my streaming rig set up October, November. I ain't rushing though. Oh, well, nice, nice. And then you will be in with Farming Simulator? Ah, Rodog already asked that. Good, 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 good. Nice. Thank you for streaming. Feeling better after the meds, coffee and food. That's good to hear, Laura. That's good to hear. Fine, nice that you're feeling a bit better. Hope it keeps improving. Alright, let's see. Still not really accumulating water, so a lot of people were in need of water. Now this is over 200, still only 100 going out. But yeah, we might have to keep track of this for a bit. Otherwise we'll just get more wells. Although yeah, see, this is above 100 a bit now and it's not immediately taken off. Same here, same here. So yeah, we're finally getting somewhere now with the water. So we might have fixed it for a bit. At least I hope. We got all the bricks in. They're just delivering some more, but they have all the bricks. And after that, we'll just be destroying stuff for a bit. But then the whole new clothing area is up. And nice. I'm happy with it. So that's good news. And then... I don't know, we should probably do some creative fencing out here, because I don't want to... Oh, we can actually just... We'll just leave some room for expansions for later. So if we do need an extra tailor or whatever, we have some room out here. At least now it's a fenced off area, nice to the river. That's where all the clothing of the people get made. I kind of like it. I'm doing it all wrong. Nice. Alright, these can go too, because we have no purpose for those anymore. Probably... Yeah, we can leave that for a second, because we'll leave this area for a bit. And I kind of want to leave the thatchery here. If we can. I think we can. I'm lurk mode. Gonna shake my insulin on the pills and eat. Alright, take care, Cirrus. Thanks so much for being here. And we're looking forward to the moment you join us. Streaming and all. Another row house done. We can welcome another 6 families in. At least another family got married already, so 5. But you know, even with 5 families, we'll be really happy. So let them come in. Let me now take a look at food. Here we go. Because we can see the blue line. Oh, it's a bit hard to see. This makes it easier. The blue line is the storage. How much food we have stored. And we can see it's in decline. Now, this is not the right year. The last one is not the right year because we still have to get the harvest in. There's a good chance that this will be even more down this year at the end. That means that we are storing less and less food, which means that we're eating more than we're storing. So, most likely, we need another farm. Question is where to build it, of course. This might be the easiest area to build it, but I don't know if I can get the workers in here. But yeah, we could build a nice big farm out here if we want. We got rid of all the trees here, actually. Nice. But now these guys... Oops, I should tell them to no longer chop logs, because they start to chop logs out here, and they're not supposed to do that. With what's left of the week, I'm being told how I build a wall so we can raise the beds in the greenhouse to waist height. Oh, nice. Cool. That's very cool, Kev. Nice. Okay, so we got 2 hop yards. We still have a little bit of barley. We have no hops. So I think we should use a little bit of this space for at least 1 extra hop yard. And then we can use the rest of the space for more farmland. So let's make good use of this by extending 1 more hop yard. with the growing population, we also do need more food anyway. So, you know, let's get that done. So let's get the extra hop yard in. And then we can use this space for an extra farm, I think. Yeah, that's probably going to be it. Peace out. Bye, Sirius. Thanks so much for dropping in. All right, let's add fields here now that we can probably see where we need to go. 30 meters this time. Is this... Can we do full length here? No. Oh, we have to go way lower, actually. Oh, that's going to be interesting. How far do we have to go? Like this. All right. 45 meters. Place is occupied. Let's rotate the field. 30 meters. 45 by 30. I think that's a nice size. I don't want to go full size. I do want to change where the field's coming out. Right here. Yeah, that should do it. Now, last time we talked about the rotation system. Or that's a while ago, actually. We did set up the 5-crop rotation. We weren't sure if it works, but it works. We can see right here, it still works. So we can do that more on different farms as well. And we can actually try out different crop rotations for other crops as well. And make more efficient use of the farm. At least that is something that I'm willing to try. So we're probably going to be taking a little look at that. Now, I don't like the look of this. There's probably a dent in the map here. So it's actually saying that this... Oh, I made a mistake here. I should go a little bit more like this. This is more straight. There we go. Is this better? Slightly better, but I should go a little wider. There we go. Yeah, that should do it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but I do want some good fields. But yeah, let's keep going. Let's expand the farm while I'm busy at it now. And then we can figure out some new crop rotations, probably. 3 fields already. I should probably get the farmhouse up now. So that at least we can start to build the farmhouse. We need to take into account that we also need room for... hay dryer. Oh no, we have plenty of hay dryers there. That's not an issue. So let's get the farmhouse in here. Let's make sure that we do give the farmhouse a hay barracks for storing food for the oxen. So let's give it a hay barracks. It also needs water to feed the oxen. So let's give it a well. And then yeah, it should be building this now. So that we can get this done for the next year. Although we have plenty of time for that. 3 fields already. Let's keep going with more fields. I wish the copy button of fields also worked for this. So that, you know, you can already get almost the right size field. And you just have to press F1 and adjust it a little bit. But you can take the copy building, use this. And then you just have to make another field. It doesn't work yet. I wish it did, but it doesn't. Yeah. Field number 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we can do 12 fields on this farm if we really want to. So let's do another field. See, we really get out of the map quickly. So we have to be a bit careful with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's at least get started with 9 fields and then we'll see how far we get with more fields. Okay, let's go all the way up here. Long, long fields. But it's good, it's good. Ah, there we go. Slightly wider. Yep, there it is. Need to keep my eyes on the chat as well, of course. But yeah, if you have questions, whatever, let me know. 9 fields, that means we can do 3 different rotation systems. Now, one will be for barley, because we do need a little bit more barley if we want to get into... No, this is not right. Shit. If we want to make a bit more beer, we do have the extra hop yard now. I should probably do apply to all so that this hop yard starts working soon too. Can only be sown in next year, but still, I wanted to start working at some point. But yeah, we can do a run with barley, which will be good for the beer production. And then we need buckwheat and potatoes, of course, but we can do a cycle with that. And then I think we can also do another cycle with hemp and stuff so that we can just create some more clothing. If we do 12 fields with the farm, this is 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We can do 12 fields. We can actually do 2 runs with buckwheat and potatoes, which will be helpful because that means that we do get a ton of extra food for a while. The only problem is I don't know if I have enough people living close by to work the farm. So that might be a problem that we have to fix by creating extra houses close to the farm. And we have to remove a few trees out here. Of course you want to make a little bit more beer. Well, since you're drinking my beer, I might need a little bit more than a little bit more beer. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We need 1 more field. But if we put it all the way there, that might be a bit... Maybe we can do it somewhere here. Probably not right here, because if we do 30 meters here, then we're just blocking the whole way. On the other hand, who cares? So, you know, we can just go like this and hook it up here. See, there we go. That's the extra field. They can still walk past here, so that's okay. We can always just create an extra bridge out here somewhere. That's fine too. We have another deal coming in. Let's sell a bit of shoes. Let's sell some charcoal. Let's not sell clothing because we don't have plenty of clothing. I want more clothing first. There's no such thing as enough beer. I don't know. I don't drink, so I have no clue. 990 people. Getting very close to 1,000 now. Ooh, wife is chatting. I'll translate for all of you. But she's saying that she is in the car driving to where she's going to sleep. She's listening, but she will only chat when she is home. I hope for her that she's home in like half an hour then, because then it's probably stream time is over. But nice to have you on, wifey. That's always great. And hope you had a nice day at work. Everything went well. Beer is life, life is beer. That's Zen. Probably, I don't know. Okay, they're building the farm. Then we get the hay barracks and the stone well. Then they will work on the field, but we can do other stuff in the meantime. And look at this. This area is cleared. There's just a lot of rubble laying around that they are leaving here. Now we really have to tell them to really make all of these piles empty, because otherwise they will just leave all of this and we can still not build there, because that is an issue. If you leave this stuff laying around, then you cannot put a building on it because it will say place is occupied. So if I go right here now and we will try to build a house, see, it says place is occupied. Now what I'm going to try is find a small house. See if we can squeeze in 2 to finish the circle out here. But it should actually fit. It's a bit tight. Is there a smaller house? I don't know if this one is really smaller, but... And as I already suspected, this isn't a perfect circle because we didn't design it to be in a circle at the moment. But... can we find a smaller one? Not really. Okay, let's build this one right here. Let's get rid of this one and redo this. Why are you putting wood here? Oh, because they're already going to build the next house. Wow, the queue is very short. Yeah, the queue really is short. Okay, now let me see if I can turn this slightly more so I think it looks a bit better. And then we'll put it in like this. Okay, that should do. Then we go here. And we need to continue working on the actual row here. So let's go like this. Then there's still stuff in the way. Here all the stuff is gone now, so we can actually place a house here. But then there will also not be room for 2 more houses out here. Okay, let's get rid of this one. Let's get rid of this one. We'll just turn this into a main road. So here we can place an extra house, because that will fit. And then we kind of will use this area as the main road. So we'll just add houses on this side and that'll be it. That's probably better. There we go. All right, really make empty. They're doing that. Really make empty, but they're picking it all up. Really make empty. So get everything up, please. Yeah, there needs to be a road. We never took account for it in the beginning, but yeah, there needs to be something of a normal road leading into the village. Of course, it will not look as perfectly round-shaped as I wish for, because we did not account for this in the beginning when we made the round shape. But it's okay, I think. Uneven terrain. There we go. But yeah, it will at least kind of make it look better, I hope. Sort of, maybe. Kind of, you know. Okay, well, the farm is ready. So what we can now do is do apply to all and apply to all. So that at least we can now get ladies in and they can start to get things settled here. And now we can start to hook up the farm fields. So we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then this will be 12, and the other one will be 11. But that doesn't really matter. That's not the biggest issue. Did we get a manager already? No. Let's apply for oxen. Now we have a manager, so now we can set up the rotation system, and we will do 2 full rotation systems with potatoes and buckwheat. So it will be potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, buckwheat, and potatoes, and then a fallow field. That should do it. Then on this one we will leave the first field fallow, and then we can start potatoes, buckwheat, and potatoes. Then here we leave the next one fallow. So this should be potatoes. This is no, not hemp. Potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, and buckwheat. Then here we continue that whole system because we do another set of 3 fields just for potatoes and buckwheat, because we need a steady supply of food in our town. This one needs to remain fallow, so here we do potatoes. Here we do potatoes, then this one will be buckwheat, buckwheat, and potatoes. And here this one needs to remain fallow. So potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, potatoes, and buckwheat. Wow, that's gonna be a good amount of food, but that's exactly what we want. All right, potatoes, potatoes, buckwheat, potatoes, and buckwheat. Okay, so that works now. If light travels faster than the speed of sound, how come I can hear the guy in the BMW behind me honk before the light turns green? That's mainly because he has a BMW. Okay, so we need more wheat for the flour, because I think we're starting to run a bit low on wheat every now and then. They really process it quickly. And we also need more hemp. Oh, but we were also going to work on barley. Let's see. Barley can go with hemp. I think 60 and 10 and 50-50. Yes. So let's try barley, hemp. I don't know if this rotation system is going to work, but we can try. Barley, hemp, and that's it. So here we do start with hemp, then we do a barley, then we do a hemp, and then here we do a barley. So that we kind of switch the rotation, and here we do barley, hemp, barley, hemp. Let's just see if this rotation works. I have no clue, but we're going to figure it out. I'm going to order a few plows as well soon. And then the last one, we still need the extra field to be available to us. But we do already get the barley, and we do already get the hemp. So maybe we should get some flax on this, and then some wheat. So wheat, flax. We'll just do the same thing. Just try it. Do another one with wheat and flax. Since the potatoes and the buckwheat works, this might actually also work. Flax, wheat, and then we leave that one fallow, and we do another wheat and flax. Okay. But that's not the right order, am I right? Yes. Wheat, flax, wheat, flax. Okay, wheat, flax. Yeah, okay. Flax. And then this one. No, not that one, fallow. I am messing it up, but now it should work. Okay, there we go. And then we just need the other one to come in too. That works. Let's go to our cow sheds because we definitely need to check those. We haven't done that in a while. Let's get 1 more bull, 2 more bulls, 3. We need 2 per plow, right? So we have 3, 4, 5. Oh, let's go over here. 6. Okay, so we have enough bulls now that we can get all the plows. We still have plenty to slaughter. So we also can get more leather. Something to not forget. I don't like the automation of the keeping the bulls up because it usually just messes things up and it doesn't do the right bulls in my opinion and stuff. So I do that manually. Should probably go check the rams too because we probably have a ton of rams right now. Oh wow, yeah we do. Okay, slaughter, slaughter. Slaughter, slaughter. Slaughter, slaughter, slaughter. As soon as they're 1 year old, that's good. So that'll be a lot of rams for slaughter. We got a lot of rams, by the way. I kind of think that we have too many. That's 11-month-old. By the time, whoa, slaughter, 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 slaughter. By the time we get to that point, that 11-month-old will already be ready for reproduction. Oh, they're reproduction ready at 6 months anyway. But to get the full yield, you still need to get them up to a year. So that's why we're always getting them all up to a year. This one is 9 months, but that should be plenty of time. Well, we're gonna get a lot of sheep hides and stuff in now. At least that should be the case. I still have to activate all these fields because we're slaughtering a lot of cows and a lot of sheep. I'm actually wondering if I got an extra slaughterhouse already, or do we still only have the one that I built? Now, food production, slaughterhouse. We have 2. Okay, good. Yeah, there's 2 next to each other. So yeah, they should be able to do all of the slaughtering and do that at a good pace. We can store the cow hides, we can store the sheep hides. So yeah, that's all working out. They just have to get the animals here and slaughter them. Last check of the wells, we can see this one has 100 in it. 100. Oh yeah, almost a little bit more. So we're barely there with the wells. I think we still need a couple more too. But we might also put those on the outside. Oh, we have a well here too. Wow. So yeah, we already have a lot of wells, but should be okay. 995 people, almost there now. Hey, Hiradev, good to see you, good to see you. How are you doing? And how's the family and how's Puppy? Of course I'm winning. I don't know what I'm winning or however I'm winning, but I'm winning. We get up to 12,000 gold now, so wish I could take that out of this bank and put it in my real bank account. Let's see. Yeah, see the clothing is coming in. The shoes are coming in. 6,000 shoes. We have plenty of leather. Oh, not a lot of flax and ham. There's not a lot of threads in here too. We're out of threads. Okay, that is something. I think because we have more room for shoes and clothes to be made, that we will start to run out of threads more easily. As soon as the storage, for instance, for the shoes is full and the shoemakers will kind of stop producing again, we might hit the point where the threads will start to build up again. And we might also be, yeah, we only have a little bit of hemp left, so that's something. Not bad. Hope you're well. Everyone is good. Oh, good to hear. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Thank you very much. It's all fine here. Neighbor has been doing some renovation work in his house all day long, starting very early in the morning, so not so happy with that. But other than that, all is fine. We're good. In queue. Oh, they're filling up some of these resource pits. That's always taking a bit, but it's okay. I'm actually wondering, is this one Didn't tell them that he could already start cutting this one. Maybe we should do that. So yeah, allow chopping trees. So they don't have to go all the way across anymore. They can just take care of this one. Oh yeah, let's plant that one again. Alright. Why is replant automatically off? They should just replant it automatically. That's better. Yesterday was championship on logic going. It was winned by winner who received the prize for a prize. Oh. Okay, well they cut the first tree in here. And they can now cut all of these trees and plant these. So that will be interesting. This should generate a lot more wood and stuff in this area than we have right now, which is good. This one is not producing anymore, except at least no trees. So we might have to find a fix for that. Now this one was very busy. Ooh, they finished planting both fields. Oh no, 2 trees left. Oh, that's good. There's 300 in one field, so that's very nice too. Now, I want to build a new reforestation area. Right here. And get this one up too. And then when this one is up, this will be a very productive farm. Yeah, it's too long. I was thinking that. And then we get some very good output of wood on this area too. Too long, yeah. Okay. When is it not too long? Space is occupied. Okay. Okay. They just have to pick up that log. Oh, they're chopping another tree. Wow. Okay. Can you please get rid of that log for me? Oh, man. I want to place this down, but they leave a log there. Serhi Goods has a broken leg. Well, we do have a barber surgeon that can actually do a good job, so that should not be the biggest issue. Come on, guys. Get that log for me. Oh, it's always taking very long if you don't want it to take long, and you don't care about it, then all of a sudden they come in and they just quickly do it. Oh, there's 2 guys coming out. Please pick up that log. Please, 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 please. And... oh, that was the wrong button. Yep, they took the log. Perfect. Need to remove 3 trees. That's fine. Okay, we're out of the build queue again. What happens all the time? Alright, we need some extra carts out here. They are using these carts, so it is helpful. Although these are not in use, so they're not using them all. How many carts do we actually have? 163 carts for a town of 1,000 people. That is not that many. I already have many more in my other town, the transport town. So it's not that many, actually. Okay, I think we can go for a well here, since we have an open spot. That's actually going to be 3 wells in one area, but it works. This has plenty of water in, though, so they are not in big need of water in this area, so that works. Might also want to increase the amount of row houses that we have. Look at that, they're still low on water. Nobody is out of water, but they're still low on water, so that is an issue. Let's build a few row houses, or at least 1 for now. I think if we do too many, we'll just get into more issues, so that should not be the case. So let's at least do... oh wait, this one should be the other way around, because the main entrance is on the outside now. That's where I want it to be. Okay, here we go. Let's build it, and then I don't know, we should probably get more wells again, but I have to make sure that they all get enough water in here. Let's move these 2 over so that they can actually start to build all the wells. We have 1,008 people. I like it. Now I kind of want to see how the barber surgeon is doing. He's still getting richer and richer. See, at some point it really starts to kick in. So here we got him. Then you got 17 in tax, 30 in tax, and now we raised it. Now we got 95 in tax. Let's just get it up. Probably never enough to really get rid of his money, but it's a start. How's our tavern doing? Doing okay. Here's our primary school. We have only one school. Oh, we have 1,000 people. I have only one school. That is something that we need to work on. This could actually be an area for a school. Now that I think of it. You can even do it in the shape of the town, like this. I need to think about that. Because I think if we can get rid of the construction shit, we can continue another row of houses here. And we might even be able to fit houses in here. Yes. So we can continue the circle for a bit. But yeah, having another school here then can be good. Just not too close to the edge that we leave room for the houses. But yeah, we can build a school here. Let's give it a big arch in front of it. So that we know that that's the school. There we go. That's another school area. Let's get benches in here. Now, luckily, game-wise, there's no big need for schools. So it's not the biggest issue if you don't build schools early enough and stuff. Because, you know, there's no real mechanic for it. There's a few jobs that need educated workers, but you also get in educated workers with migrants and also... It's not that necessary. But it is nice, of course, to make sure that we educate the youngsters. So, we should build a few extra schools. At least now we get one extra. Well, I'll have to plan a few more also in this area. Ooh, 2 stone wells came up. Well, that hopefully helps. Get into another winter time. How's the brick business doing? Well, 7,000 bricks in here, 2,200 in here, 10,000 in there. So we can finally get it going again, but we already need 13,000 for this one brick house. That's why we keep running out of bricks so quickly, because you need so many for one house. But it is nice, it is nice. I'm here. Welcome in, wifey. How was work today? At least this evening, because you were home all morning and then you left. So how was work after that? Alright, let's get one with the arch. So that they also have an entrance in here. We'll get 2 brick houses. That's it. Ooh, this one is now ready. So they can start to plant this one too. And all the trees here are gone. They just need to continue with these trees. And then we have even more space out here too. One thing I'm thinking is that we might need an extra bridge here at some point. Now the road goes here. So let's just say we build a bridge somewhere here. Too low, but that's okay. Yeah, cannot go like this, but we can go like this. At least then we'll have the extra bridge up, which is good. Let's put the field on the back. Let's do the bridge before the row house. So while they're busy with the bridge, they can take their row house. Do not forget the school bell. Exactly, that's a good one. I forgot about it. This bell post. So that they can call in all the kids for school. Yeah, let's place it right there. There's the bell post. Thanks for reminding me. Work was good. My evening group wants more lessons. Ooh, well, as long as they pay, it's good. They're a family of a deaf girl of a 4 years old. Ah, 4-year-old deaf girl. Well, we can gossip all she wants because she can't hear us, but enough jokes from me. Let's see. The Cartwrights have 1 more order in queue, so they're doing quite well. And do we get the... yeah, we got the oxen in. So as soon as winter is over again, these can start to use the system right here that we set up. Hopefully it works all well and that we don't have to adjust it. And if then it works, then we know that we can set these all up to be more efficient rotations as well. Couch! Haha! No way, Rodog, because wifey's not sleeping at home. So I don't have to worry about that. Why do you think I made that joke? The only reason is that I am safe for now. Ah, there's still charcoal in here. Good. Look at all the trees. Well, they're planting a lot and they're chopping a lot, so we get more and more stuff in. Is starving cattle on your resume? No, it's not on her resume, but she keeps telling all her clients about it, but as you know, it falls on deaf ears. Did not do any decorations in this area. I will decorate this area up a little. Yeah, we did a few trees, but we have to do more, but I don't know. I don't know. No shouting in chat, please, moderators. Keep chat in line. No shouting, no using caps. No deaf jokes from any of you. I can't hear you. Ah, the field is ready. Nice. So now we can set up the last field. It should be hooked up to this one. I want it to be field 11 and not field 13. Okay. We can now do the first one as a fallow and then just do wheat, flax, wheat, and flax. And that should do it. Alright, let's activate this field too. Then they can get to work on it. It is December, so we still have a little bit to go. It's time for me to check the horses. Because we have 5-year-old horses and we have a lot of horses. So let's get at least one extra draft animal. Because we were waiting for one more draft animal for the actual wagon shed that we have. See, so now they can make this one. But it might be worth getting another one of those wagons. Although they're already using a lot of the carts, so that's good. But wagons can help do it even more efficiently. And last time we talked about making this full circles too, so that we have another fully circular town. I'm actually thinking that that could be something that we might do next time. I think that might be nice to actually work on that and get that going. Yeah, we don't need stones or anything. We don't need nails. No, we have plenty of everything. How much salt do we have right now? 6,000 again. Okay, good. We're starting to accumulate more and more. Should you uplift up to expectations, wifey, after being independent for so long? Ooh, tough one. Although she's still half independent, so half of her job is still independent. The other half isn't. I'm back. Had to fill up the turtle tank outside. Ah, nice. Welcome back. What did you miss? Well, apart from all of us, not much. The farm is now fully ready. The field's done. So, yeah. We're now building another row house again. And then we're going to build a school again, finally. Because we haven't done that for a while. We can now see that water is accumulating here a bit. More than 300 in. And it's not emptied out straight away. And then you can also usually see other wells also starting to accumulate a bit more. So we finally have enough wells. So that is working out. They have everything except for some sand and bricks, but they're on the way. Yeah, looks good. Looks good. And the area gets more and more ready. Once we get to this point, I think we can actually go back here on both sides and then make the rest of it. And then we have one large brick area at some point. That one made me smile. 2 deaf friends had so much fun in karaoke previous nights that this morning they couldn't raise their hands. Oh, nice. Still have to figure out what to do with this big open spot. There's so many open spots in this town because of all the weird shapes that I'm using. Ah, so much to do. But at least now we have more of the circular town. I mean, it's not a perfect circle. But I do think it looks better now that we have more of the circle done instead of just the one. So done with this whole thing not in it. So I like it better now. I like it better now. How's beer production? We need more hops and barley. That's usually the case. But we still have 5,000 beer. So if that doesn't make Road Dogg happy, I don't know what will. We're not going to get any Orilka anymore since we have so much beer. So let's add up to 5,000 of this in the storage so that they can just get more in. Pretty circle, thank you! Okay, they're filling the charcoal pits. I believe it's Julie, but I could be wrong. Okay, since this is already an infrastructure area with lots of carts, we should probably get the extra wagon shed out here now too. Why won't we? Let's get extra big wagons for faster transportation. Heart don't pay the bills. Well, it could if they would let us, but it doesn't right now. Hey, Coltforth! Good to see you. How are you doing? That's been a bit. How's your partner doing? Okay, well, they have been slaughtering most of the rams now. See, still a few more to go, but we're getting there. Should also lead to more sheep, which should lead to more milk, which should lead to more cheese. And I'm always happy with my cheese. Boy, do we have a lot of rams. We can slaughter even more after a while. Okay, that's set. I think we have only one of the two tanners working for the sheep. But we should probably have enough sheep hides for now once the slaughterhouse gets done. So I'm actually going to set the other one up now too. See if that one can also get to work. Because we have 500 here, 500 in here. And then this one is only 100 away from working too. And then this one can get to work, I think. So let's try that. This one is already doing the job. And yeah, the slaughterhouses are busy. We have a lot of tallow already again. Oh, I also wanted to go back to more soap. More making soap, but we didn't get to that yet. Oh well, one thing at a time. Deal. Deal. Sell charcoal, always good. Sell some sunflower oil. Yes, please. Metal parts, so we have plenty. Okay, that's all good. 1,025 people. We have 12,000 coins. That's all looking good. He's having a good day today. He had a setback, but we're getting back on track. Oh, that's good to hear that he's getting back on track and that he's having a good day. He's sad to hear, of course, he had a setback, but hopefully it'll be upwards from now on. Give him our best. To-do list. Buy a turtle, name it the speed of light, and be able to honestly say, I can run faster than the speed of light. You be careful though, Cooper, because at your age, it's not sure who's gonna win. Alright, let's get a teacher. And, ooh, immediately 3 kids, 5 kids, 6, 7. Ooh, the kids really want to go to school. 1 more and we have a full school. Wow, 10 kids, there we go. Nice, nice, nice. So, yeah, they were really waiting for the school. Alright, spooling mills are not working, but there are plenty of wool. I don't think I have a wool storage anywhere, so we'll probably get a wool storage out here. to store some more wool for them. I don't think we have one anywhere. Let me go over all my storages, see what we actually... oh no, it's easier. Let's find a resource, in this case wool. And then everywhere on the map where there is wool, it should be highlighted. So we can see there's wool in here, there's wool in here. And there's probably some wool in here. Yeah, that's it. So that's an easy tool to use. We have now located all the wool on the map and exactly where it is. So that helps. We can now tick it off. And then I think I want to build a warehouse here to store most of the wool for easy use in both of these fulling mills. We should give it a cart parking, of course. And then that will be handy, yeah. New family settling in town. 1,031 people, wow. Nice. Oh, the new bridge is done. They probably won't use it too much yet, but at least it gives us the option to go build out here. Ooh, what's this? Cart need repair. Oh, that's okay. 2 more orders in queue. Yeah, they should be able to keep up with that. Alright, alright. So we've made quite a bit of progress today so far, I think. Let me take a look at the food from last... See, the actual blue thing went down a little bit more. Only 1,000, but it still went down last year. No, it actually went down quite a bit. From 60,000 to 48,000. So we lost 12,000 food last year. We didn't lose it, but we produced so much less than we needed that 12,000 more got eaten out of the storages. So having the extra farm up now is really in time. And that's also why I always keep track of these numbers, so that I can see the trends and I can see what is going to come. Because we have been increasing production for a bit. And then after this, it kind of stagnated on the top here. And then since we kept growing the town, we're now losing food. So yeah, it's good that we got the extra farm. Now we're making steady amounts of beer, beef, making cheese. Oh, pretty high numbers. Nice. Messenger from Balaklia. Let's sell a bit of sunflower oil. Let's not sell clothing because we don't have that much. Do we still have enough iron? 800. That's okay. It's okay. My Xbox Game Pass lapsed, and since we can't pay it yet, I've been scrolling Steam on laptop accumulating demos to try. Ooh, have you found any good demos to try? How's the water doing? 500 water, 800 water, 800, 300. So yeah, we are accumulating water. These ones closest to the house are still being fully used. But we do have enough water definitely now in here, so that's good news. Going to build the next brick house. Okay. They have enough fishing nets. That works out. We have enough threads there. Are we storing threads again? Not yet. Okay. Okay. Emergency. Was that free? I think it was free to play. Yeah. On Steam. Emergency. Yeah. Yeah. Have you played it already then? For a bit now, or? Okay, let's go to my other wagon shed. Do apply to all and apply to all, so that it's all set up properly, so that these can start to fill out. Then I will already order the wagons, but I will wait until they actually accumulated stuff in here. To, yeah, see, they need food and water to feed the horses so that they don't starve. And then we can order some of the wagons, or turn the horses into draft horses so that they can make the wagons. Yeah, a bit. Okay, are you enjoying it? I don't know, still acquiring and haven't actually played any of them. Well, that's the next step. You should also play them. I say that I have 5 speeds in life. Freckle past a hare, speed of a turtle, speed of a snail, and the speed of a sloth. And which is the speed you use most? I will check out emergency after my browsing session. Good. The good things about abos. You'll pay and own nothing. Well, you know, they have their pros and they have their cons, like everything in life. Alright, the wheat's coming in, there's water, there's hay, so we can turn a few horses into draft horses. Let's do at least one male horse. And we can do 2 of the older female horses as well. Alright. Oh, they need 4 horseshoe and tack first before we can do that. Well, they're bringing in the horseshoe, so we might actually wait until it's in. And then we can do that one too, but otherwise I might forget it again. So let's wait a little bit until we get that horseshoe actually in, so that we can turn it into a draft horse, and then all 3 horses can be made, horse carts, for faster transportation. Between the hare and the turtle. Ah, okay. Well, you know, average speed, I guess. That's a good speed. It's a good speed, I guess. So somebody is bringing in horseshoe, but apparently they have a hard time collecting it or something. Supplying resources. Might this be the one carrying the horseshoe? Where are you, lady? Ah, there she comes. What are you carrying? A box. So that must be the horseshoe then. Or the tack. Either one of those. This one is also supplying resources. Oh, this one is also supplying resources. Right, let's take a look out here. There we see one coming in. That was the tack. And now we get one that comes in, hopefully with the horseshoe. Yes. Okay, we can do another draft horse. Perfect. So now we have all the draft horses needed for this one. And then if we take a look at... There comes the first one, I think. That the first one? Yes. Alright, we got the first draft horse up already. And this is where the horse is already. They just need the wood probably to finish it. Oh, they're already building the wagon now. So you can actually see them build the wagon. And then once it's done, they will hook it up and then they will deliver it. Which is pretty cool. I like how this looks. So they actually built the wagon. The horse is already waiting. That's what the current game industry wants. Give them all of your money, ability to take away what you paid for, then sell you something else you can't keep. Yep. True, true, true. I'm a permanent slot speed. Anyone see that slow laugh from Zootopia movie meme? Nice. Oh, there comes the next horse. And then we have all the horse carts ready. And they're immediately making good use of the horse carts. So that is good. That means that they can really use them. I like it. I like it. Here comes the brick house. They're still bringing a few bricks. But when everything is in, it's all done. And they can make it. And there's no icon that we don't have enough bricks. So that should work out. Ah, and all the bricks are in. Great. So they can finish this row house. Ah, and the last one of the horse carts is ready. It's now being delivered to the wagon shed. That's why piracy is not stealing. Okay, what's the icon out here? Probably a broken cart. Yeah, it's one in the back. Yeah, it's just a broken cart. Okay. Should keep my eyes on the guys here for a bit. But yeah, nothing ordered. So they keep up. They keep up. They'll repair it soon. Look at the farm. It is actually being plowed quite good. They still have to plow a few fields. And then they can already start sowing in these. So that is okay. That's not a big issue. Plowing takes a bit though. Especially with the amounts of fields that we have. They can only do 3 at one go. Then the workers go back. They take a rest. And 3 other workers can do the next ones. So that's why it's taking a bit. But I like what I'm seeing. This farm so far is doing okay. And we now should have enough fields around for all of the animals to actually be in pasture. Which saves resources. It's been a few days when the sloth ran over me. Okay, so they started to sow in as well. Taking a rest, going to work, plowing a field, taking a rest. So yeah, as soon as these ones get to work, they will also probably start plowing straight away. And then all of the laborers will actually do the planting already. going to work. So yeah, that one is now picking up a plow, and this one will also probably come in and pick up a plow, because the actual farm workers can do the plowing. And then this field should remain fallow. This one also still needs to be plowed after this one is ready. So this one will bring back the plow. And then maybe one of the others that comes to work, this one, will do the plowing. But we'll leave them to it. That's good. We have 1,037 people. What's happening out here? Oh, another cart. Okay. I was already thinking like, ooh, there's something wrong with my cow shed. But this is okay. Well, we moved the whole clothing industry now. We actually finished the circle. We have an extra school. And we did some other tweaks and things. And we built further on the Rowhouse area. Next time we'll be building more of the Rowhouse area. I hope to remember to get into some soap. And of course, plenty of other tweaks to be done next time. But for now, I think this is going to be it for today. Let me end by taking a closer look at our little clothing area here. And the house is up top of the hill. So yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the love and support. It is very much appreciated. I had a great time. Thanks for all the lovely chats. Thank you everybody in chat for always being so nice and friendly to each other and so respectful. I also attend other YouTube channels every now and then, and that is not always the case. So thank you so much for being who you are. You're all amazing. I will be back hopefully on Friday if it's not too hot, and then I will be doing Farthest Frontier again. Tomorrow in the evening at 6, the usual time, there will be a new video coming up, and it will be a new city builder. Well, it's not a perfectly new city builder, but it is new to the channel. We're going to start working on Memoria Polis. Maybe you've heard of the game, maybe you don't. It'll be a series, so tomorrow the first episode, and then every week there will be a new episode for Memoria Polis. I hope you all enjoy that series, and you know, always feel free to give any feedback on it, so let me know in the comments then, but it will come online tomorrow. And then Friday we'll do Farthest Frontier, and Sunday I'm not sure yet what I'm going to stream. Take good care everyone, and look after each other, stay hydrated if it's warm in your area, and give everyone my best, and then I would love to see you all very, very soon. But for now, ta-ta, bye-bye. And I will catch you all later. Cheers!